Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron Grice, and I want to talk about meditation, the effects that it has, its purpose, and the benefits. And I want to go through a little bit of instruction on the procedure for meditating. Now, there are a number of different ways of meditation. And if you do searches on Google, there will be a myriad of options come up for you, and you can choose the one that works best for you. The importance is more that you go into a meditative state than it is how you get there. Okay, so it's first of all, let's kind of think about why you would even want to meditate. Because obviously, you know, most people go through their lives never meditating or even considering the idea of meditation. A lot of people think, oh, it's just foo-foo, it's just a waste of time, um, whatever. Here's the thing: we, especially as Westerners, live in an environment that is very, very harmful to our bodies and our minds. We're 70% of Americans spend probably more than 90% of their day in stress mode. And of course, stress, as cavemen, where our roots are, stress was important when you were being attacked by a tiger or whatever in the jungle. It was important for your survival that your body be flooded um, with adrenaline and with the hormones required to get you to safety or to help you to fight your enemies. And generally, in those situations, they were short-lived. They were temporary. So, you know, you're trekking along through the jungle with spear in hand, kind of thing. Tiger comes out of the bushes, and either you're eaten or you get away. And so, after a very brief period of time, because generally those incidents would happen for a short period of time, 15 minutes max, right? And then you have time to sit there, get everything back together again, get your heart rate under control and get your breathing under control. Um, and you would kind of calm yourself down and then go back on your way of doing, whatever it was that you're doing, hunting, whatever. Nowadays, you get up in the morning, um, you check your email or your iPhone, and you find out that somebody's got some crisis going on at work. The kids are horsing around. They're yelling and screaming at each other. Um, you're late for work, and there's panic going on right from the time you get up. You get into your car, and it's like, oh my God, the people on the road are crazy, and they're all in a panic trying to get to work. Um, and then you get to work, and there's a coworker who's just a nitwit, and he bothers you, or your boss is on your back, or something's going wrong with your day, whatever. Um, at the end of the day, you get home and you are completely exhausted, and you come into another chaotic situation where the house is in disarray. Now, this isn't everyone doesn't live like that. That's true. But whatever situation there is in your life, there more often than not are things that are bothersome. And even if there are, just like stuff going on in your immediate surrounding, there's things going on in the background, like, oh, there's bills that need to be paid, or there's, relatives that are ill and you have to visit them, or you have to be concerned about them, or there's, events coming up that you have to prepare for. So there's all this stuff going on for us on a pretty much a constant basis. And it's hard for us to get away from it. And what happens when you're in a stress situation like that, the body pumps adrenaline into your system. Blood is directed to the extremities for flight or fight, and it's restricted to your organs, your heart, your liver, your stomach, your spleen, um, and your brain. It's restricted, so you're not getting proper blood flow to your brain. You're not able to think as well as you might be able to in a non-stress situation. um, and all the old programs are running. There's no conscious interaction about, oh, this is actually not as bad as I perceive it to be. That kind of stuff doesn't go on for you when you're in that stressful environment. So your body gets worn down, your immune system gets worn down because it's constantly now having to fight all the detriment that's going on just from the stress. So what meditation does is it allows your body to heal itself. It gets you into a calm state of mental activity so that the proper immunoglobulin um, um, responses can happen and clean up all the garbage that's floating around, the free radicals that have been released, that kind of from the food that we eat, and et cetera, et cetera. Um, so it's important. It really is important to spend some time daily healing yourself, getting yourself back into homeostasis so that your body can take care of itself. And research is proving over and over and over again that a lot of the illnesses that are showing up, a lot of the problems that we didn't see many years ago, are starting to show up because of all this constant stress that we're not taking care of. Um, and again, so I'm going back to the importance of meditation. And it really, the body's an amazing, amazing machine, if you will, organism that has the capacity to repair itself. And documents after documents have shown us where people have, through meditations and through miracles, if you will. Science can't prove why somebody was healed from a cancerous situation that the doctors just kind of gave up on, or whatever disease was going on in that person's body. Sometimes medicine doesn't even know what's going on, and the person is able to heal themselves just by getting themselves into the proper mental state where they allow their body to heal itself. Your body knows how to fix itself, and you can ask health practitioners. They can't do anything except administer and provide support. Your body does the rest. It's up to you. It's up to your body to heal itself. We can repair things. We can add chemicals, which is, more often than not, less beneficial than we might hope. The side effects are more detrimental than than the benefit of the drug. So meditation works, and it's been proven over and over again. And it doesn't take a whole lot. but it takes a steady practice, and it's just like anything else, anything that you're learning, whether it's, you're learning how to do an exercise, or you're learning how to, play a game or whatever. It takes some practice to get good at it. And a lot of people kind of give up after, a week or two of doing it because I'm not seeing any results. Well, it's hard to notice the subtle changes in your body when it's healing itself. Well, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, you know, 2 weeks ago, I wasn't able to get up out of my chair because I had arthritis so bad, it just hurt everywhere, or, you know, things like that do happen. It's not the norm, let's say. More often than not, the healing that's going on is a subtle healing, and we're inclined to disbelieve meditation because it's not taught to us as Westerners. Really, it isn't. It's not part of our education, and Western medicine has not really accepted it. Okay, so they've seen peer-reviewed science saying that it works, but they're not taught that either, so they don't believe in it, and so they don't pass it on to their clients. Unless you're going to a naturopath or a homeopath, then they'll bring that in to their practice. So, what do how do you meditate? What's the procedure? Um, and you know, do I need to do breathing? Do I need to chant? Do I need to, sit in an uncomfortable yoga position? It really, each and every one of those practices is beneficial in its own way. But if it's a distraction, it's not doing you any good. Okay, so if you're not comfortable sitting in the lotus position, don't sit in the lotus position. Sit on a chair, lie on a couch, as long as you don't fall asleep. Okay. Some people can meditate standing up. That's not me. I prefer sitting down. Call me lazy, but it's just more relaxing for me, and I'm able to let go. If I don't have to concentrate on my body, I'm more able to focus my mind, right? And so if I'm trying to sit in a lotus position, my knees hurt, and so it distracts from what I'm trying to do. So all I'm saying is, find what works for you, and do what you can from where you are, and do it for only as long as you feel comfortable doing it. You may start out only doing 30 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes of meditation, and a lot of that time might be spent, bringing your thoughts back to neutral, sort of thing. But make the start, make the effort. It's just like, okay, so I'm going to learn how to do push-ups. Here I am, I'm 66 years old, and okay, so I'm going to start from, doing a couple of push-ups from my knees, because my body has to get used to what's going on, and I don't want to, obviously, I don't want to be hurting so I can't do it tomorrow, or I don't want to do it anymore because this is way too painful. Do whatever works. Do as much as you can, and you'll find that a week from now, you'll be doing much more, and you'll be doing it more comfortably. It'll come easier to you, and it becomes something that you look forward to. Oh man, I get to do 5 minutes of just shutting out the world. There are many, many programs that are very, very helpful, that will introduce binaural beat sounds. So if you have, and you should have headphones to do this, because you want to block out all the interference from the environment around you, and the binaural beats, the sounds will kind of resonate from one side to the other. What that's doing is connecting left and right brain on a subconscious level. So, and it's all about unity. We want to unify all of the systems in our body. And one of the main points of unification are the three brain centers. So we have, our cortex, the brain that we think with. We have our heart center neurons, which is the heart brain, and then we have the hara, which is our gut brain. And you can look this up. There are neurons found in your gut. So when you have a gut feeling, that's coming from the brain that's in your gut, the neurons that are going on in there. When you feel with your heart, you're feeling with that heart brain. And they're completely independent. All three of them are completely independent of each other. They do communicate. We tune out. We have learned to tune out the heart stuff and the gut stuff for logic. Well, logic is just based on history that is not necessarily accurate. Again, you can look this up. Many people who are remembering events in the past remember inaccurately. They make it all up to suit what they want the outcome to be. So the chatter that goes on in here is not necessarily accurate, right? So you want to use more of your gut and heart brain centers, and you want to connect those all together so that they can help you make better decisions and help you unify your body so that it knows how, so that it is free to repair itself. Okay? So, with that being said, we'll discuss the routine of meditation. Again, do what you can, what's comfortable for you, but a breathing technique is very valuable in this process. When you control your breathing, what that tells your body is that you're in a safe place. If you're in a flight fright flight fight situation where you're stressed, your breathing is unconscious and it's rapid. Your heart rate goes up. That tells your body that there's something going on, and we need to either run or fight or hide. Okay, so consciously, controlling your breathing tells your body that, hey, I'm safe. So now I can forget about my environment. I don't have to worry about that. I can concentrate more. I can focus more on unifying the internal systems. So there are several methodologies for controlling your breath. The ideal control, at least the one that I currently use, 5 seconds or 5 counts, because sometimes, especially when you're first getting used to it, 5 seconds is actually a long time. So, you're breathing into the count of 5 through your nose. You're holding for the count of 5 with the concentration. So as you hold your breath, you're concentrating on the hara, which is a point just below your navel. That's your gut sense. You're focusing your energy on your hara, building the energy up in there for that count of 5 beat. And if you can concentrate on it, so in other words, maybe not to start with, but down the road, the tip of your tongue should be on the roof of your mouth. That energetically connects all those centers, right? So you're breathing into the count of 5, you're holding for the count of 5, you're breathing out through your mouth to the count of 10. Now, more often than not, people can't control at first that out breath for that long. It usually winds up being a count of 6 or 7 or 8, and then it's like, okay, I'm out of breath now. And then, if you can, hold the out breath. In other words, don't take your in breath for a couple of counts. That is where you escape from the confines of your physical body. We are a spirit having a physical experience. And so it's the point between your breaths that you are actually detaching yourself from this physical, and you're getting in touch with who you really are as spirit. Okay? So, you're breathing in for the count of 5, you're holding for the count of 5, you're breathing out through your mouth for the count of 10, if possible. You're holding for the count of whatever you can hold for 2, 3, 4. And then you're breathing in again. Count of 5, you're holding for the count of 5, you're breathing out. And as you're breathing out, if you include a mantra, what the mantra is doing is it's focusing your mind so that it helps you to keep all those random thoughts, because you will have random thoughts going on. When they show up, just thank you for being here. I don't need you. Right? Thanks for sharing. Goodbye. The mantra, there's a couple of things that go on with the mantra. And you can use a mantra such as, I love myself, I am spirit, I am a child of God. You can use the mantra just Om, or Om Mani Padme Om. Om literally means it is, or to become. So the expression Om is just saying it is. I accept. It is, it is. It just is, right? No value, no judgment. It just is. Okay? And of course, it also means it is. It is the universe. It is a connection to spirit. It is an expression of God. It is the energy that created me. It is limitless. Okay, on and on we can go. The other aspect of repeating a mantra, the vibrations actually activate your DNA to repair itself. The vibration of speech, and it's a neuro-linguistic activation. So when I breathe out, I just go, Om. And you feel that vibration, and you can actually feel the energy starting to bubble up and starting to expand. It's the vibration of your vocal cords that are activating energy within your body, the healing energy, okay? So, you got all that? you're doing a lot of stuff here now. You're breathing in for the count of 5. You're holding with your tongue against the roof of your mouth for the count of 5. You're breathing out through your mouth, saying Om or whatever your mantra happens to be. I love myself. And then you're holding your out breath and you are inviting the connection to everything. You're inviting the connection to universal energy, to who you really are, where you come from. You're discluding your body. You are not your body. You know, when somebody asks you who you are, you don't say, I'm a hand, I'm a head. That's not who you are. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker. You are what's creating your thoughts. Okay, so what is that? That is not physical. That's spiritual. Okay, I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I want to kind of try and include it all here, as much as I can in a very short time. So let's do this. Let's see if we can, just for a few minutes here, create. I'm going to turn on some music. And again, this is a binaural beat. And so if you have headphones, it's great to be using headphones. Okay. So we are going to we're in a situation, we're in a position where we're comfortable, we're relaxed, we're calm. There's no external activity going on. The phone is shut off. The kids are not going to bother us, whatever, right? I'm just shutting my phone off. And we are going to relax. We're going to let go of the world for a minute and we're going to heal ourselves. Okay? I like to do my meditations with my eyes closed. If and there are patterns you can download, you can have on your screen, whatever. It's easier for me to take the environment out of my existence. My eyes are closed. So, okay. In for the count of 5. Hold for the count of 5. Out for the count of 10. Tongue against the roof of your mouth, holding for the count of 5. Your energy is centered on your aura. Out for the count of 10. In for the count of 5. Holding for the count of 10. Tongue against the roof of the mouth. Energy focused on the palm. Bring it out into the heart center. Breathing out through your mouth. In for the count of 5. Hold. As you breathe in, you're focusing on your aura, you're holding your breath, you're focusing on the energy in the aura, you're also bringing love into the heart chakra, you're expanding the heart chakra with a feeling of gratitude. As you breathe out, you're reciting your mantra, focusing on the space between your breaths. And gently bringing yourself back, become aware of your surroundings, open your eyes. So that was a very short meditation, just to give you an idea of what it kind of looks like, what it kind of feels like. And I know that if you're just starting out, there will have been some uncomfortable times, especially it's difficult for us to learn how to hold our breath after we've expelled all of it. Sometimes panic will come up. If that comes up, then by all means, don't hold your breath. Continue just to breathe in, hold your breath, breathe out through your mouth. You don't necessarily have to continue the mantra for the full time of your meditation. I generally will do 6 to 10 breaths with a mantra, and then I will just kind of let that go and get more focused on just the breath cycle and hold a vision. If it's a goal-oriented meditation, especially, hold a vision of living in the situation that your goal is. So if it's overcoming an addiction, if it's making amends or having a better relationship with, a spouse or a loved one, or If it's creating something in your future, hold a vision of what that creation looks like, what it feels like. When you bring expansion of love into your heart center, that's the creative center, and that's the center that is actually going to allow the universe to build whatever your vision is. It's going to open the doors and create the experiences and the situations that are going to allow your vision to happen. So, the more you can experience how wonderful it feels when that's come to pass, the sooner it's going to happen for you. And you should try to involve as many of your senses as possible: hearing, the auditory sense, the tactile sense of feeling. But the main focus should be on how wonderful and how grateful and how loving you feel when that's happened. So I will be publishing a, a guided and a non-guided meditation that will be available very soon. As soon as I, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I've gone through many renditions of my meditation. And when I feel that it is as close to perfect as I want it to be in presentation, I will make it available for those of you who are interested in having a guided meditation. And it'll just be, I'll be helping take you through a visual meditation, help you get into that relaxed state, and allow you to envision and encourage you to envision all the aspects of your of the goal for your meditation. And then, of course, I also want to include an unguided, which will just be a visual experience. There will be just visual activity that will help you to relax and give you something to focus on. Because a lot of times people, when they close their eyes, all these thoughts start happening. And so sometimes it's helpful to be able to concentrate on something on a screen that takes the chatter away. Okay. Um, Especially for those of us who are not familiar with meditation, we haven't been doing it all of our lives. It takes a bit of practice to quiet that mind and not to get disturbed about the fact that there are thoughts going on. Um, there's a part of us that just likes to think. It's like you have 90,000 thoughts in a day. Okay. Um, so, when those things happen, don't beat yourself up about just, okay, just understand that's a thought. Thank you very much. You can release that now and go on to, your focus. So thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you soon.